Welcome to day one in Moab. So we've just had our first initial meeting last night and met the group, chatted a little bit, and now it's our first full day of shooting here in Arches National Park. We're up here at the north or south window, one of the windows. We've come through, sunrise hasn't happened yet. It is a little cloudy, or maybe a lot cloudy, truthfully. So we're waiting to see if we're going to get some breaks through the sun that's going to light up this arch here. We've got people spread out down below, all shooting up in that direction. All right, so I'm shooting with the Sony a6300. I have the 16-70 lens on this camera, and I'm at 16. I've kind of got this framing that I like, a little bit of foreground leading up to the arch, making sure I'm not cutting off that massive rock to the side. And I'm underexposing a little bit because this is a Sony sensor and I'll be able to bring that detail back up in the shadows without too much noise. Now we're over here at Double Arch, which is this amazing double arch, funny name, that you can walk right into and photograph. This is a great place to use wide-angle lenses. Now, you know, Adam and I did a video a couple of weeks ago about using telephoto lenses for landscapes. You can certainly continue to do that here, but there is a compelling reason to use wide-angle lenses here because you can get right up close to these arches and just capture all of it in pretty amazing detail. About 8:30 now, and it's still nobody here but us, which is pretty amazing. This place gets packed later in the day, and especially in the summertime. But spring right now, we have it to ourselves. One of the tips that I just shared, we all start to set up our tripods and kind of shoot this scene here. We all shoot, we usually put our tripods at a level that's very comfortable for us to work at, about eye level. But I've shared this tip before. If you get down low, find those other angles other than eye level, you very quickly can create a more unique looking picture that grabs the viewer's attention because it's not from an angle that we normally see with our eyes. We're not usually crawling around on the ground. So if you get down low with a tripod or without a tripod and get those shots that are a little bit more unique, you can get something that's nice. That wind. Now, Adam shared a follow-up tip to that, which is great. So not only get down or get up, get a different angle, but really watch your left and right. And look, when we're got something like these arches here, and this is something that I think has really helped me become a better photographer, is really watch out for those intersections and other elements that are competing with your subject. And shifting just the left or the right can really change the way the lines are flowing through the image, leading your viewer's eye to the subject, and watching out for kind of distracting elements that are moving in. So a little shift can hide that, hide a distracting element, and make sure that those intersections aren't taking your viewer off on some tangent, as we've talked about before. Just a second ago, we just got blasted. My eyes. Steve's got the rocket blower out, doing some emergency cleaning.
This is for my eyeballs.
First
time I've ever rocket blasted the back of my camera.
I don't get too dramatic on you all. I usually tell it like it is. We saw this dust cloud coming up this slope here, and I literally just turned and hunkered up, and it just felt it all over. It was brief, but it was intense. And yeah, you know, gear's getting dusty, but I'm not going to super worry about it. I'll clean stuff as best I can when we're back in the room because we're out here shooting, and that's what's going to happen. I'm careful to minimize lens changing, and I'm certainly trying to not change lenses in the dustier environments. But otherwise, life goes on. So Steve's shooting with his 5D Mark III and his 24mm tilt shift lens, which I borrowed from him some in Iceland and talked about using. It's a lot of fun, and with that tilt function, you can create some neat miniaturization effects. You can change your plane of focus so that it's not out in front of your camera, parallel to your end of your lens, but actually perpendicular and stretching off towards the horizon. So everybody made it down. You all okay with heading forward? Okay.
How we doing?
Well, we made it down. I think that was the worst part.
Yeah.
I hope. So we just made our way down these little stair steps here. And it was so windy that I did a little jump from one rock to another, and the wind blew me in midair. It's just super windy. Now we get down here to the bottom, and it's actually a lot less windy. Just kind of hard to believe. So we're down in the canyon floor now of this Park Avenue section. Gorgeous, beautiful, super windy. One of the things that's important to keep in mind when we're down in this area is using foreground elements to show the sense of scale. We have massive cliffs, rocks rising up above us, and snapshots of those are going to be neat, but without some element to show you just how massively large they are, it's not going to be quite as impressive. So there's some nice, like pinyon pines or juniper bushes down here. Using those elements, using some of them that are a little bit further up the cliff face, are going to allow you to do that. And again, that's where using a wide-angle lens can be useful. I noticed that there's some cool patterns in the sand and sandstone. And so not only have I been looking up and taking in, ideas for shots that show kind of this grand landscape, but also looking down and taking in these fun patterns and sand and grass. So I might shoot this right now. Now, check out this tree down here that has been split by this rock right there.